That Darren Knight at 12.835. Travis Philo, 12.850. Aiden Price, 12.741. Caleb Henry, 12.548 were their best times.
Hot lap session number 2 on the Speedway. The 7M out of Clyde, Ohio, Brandon Moore. In the Daniel Performance Diesel Clyde, VFW Real Custom Fabrication, CK Mechanical Limousine Services, Peeler Trucking, Dar Storm and Sewer Experts, Reliable Spray Foam, Jenna Blevins, Bremen Racing Shock sponsored number 7M. New driver for the Indy Race Parts, number 71 tonight. Prior commitment for Parker Price Miller. So Scott Boguski out of McLaren Vale, South Australia, behind the wheel of the Indy Race Parts, Wood Racing Engines, Chalk Sticks, number 71. Behind him, local driver in the number 5 out of Rising Sun, Ohio. That is Cody Brewer. And the Poet, RC Concrete, MRZ Brush Removal, Ken's Transmissions, B&G Seeds, Bowling Transportation, Burns Electric, MD Auto and Repair, Greenfield Ag, Schaefer's Oil, Ejector Expert, Stahl Electric, Truck Works of Ohio, number 5. Another one of the Australian contingents in the number 66. Out of Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia, that is Ryan Newton. And the Rudisill Trucking, Nutren Homes, Red Hill Transport, Napa Auto Parts, Clay Purview, Sprint Shack, number 66. Chris Verda in the number 3V, right behind him in turns 3 and 4. Out of Elyria, Ohio, the Oxford Harriman Financial, New Era Servicing, John Wright's Custom Chrome Plating, Graber Racing Components, Perfection Fabricators, number 3V. Into number 98 in turns 3 and 4 in his second year of sprint car racing. Out of Delta, Ohio, Kai Harper. In the GW Fine Foods, Steiny's Tavern, Dave and Betty Hoover Farms, Coon Sales and Service, Warlock Enterprises, Harper Enterprises, Hess and Son Mowing, Morlock Home Maintenance, Scoop and Becky, 112 Machine Works. Problems for Cody Brewer. Looks like rear suspension issue on the number 5. Looks like he backed it into the soft wall too. A big chunk of the styrofoam wedged in the left rear side of that car. Also in this hot lap session, the 5E of Bobby Elliott out of Allenton, Michigan. The 20-year-old driver of the Crest Lincoln Ron's CarQuest Catch Fence Armada number 5E moving down the back stretch. So Ryan Newton in that 66 car, quickest in that hot lap session, second quickest overall behind Caleb Henry. Scott Boguski in that hot lap session, second quick, fifth quick overall so far with 2 flights of hot laps. One more set of hot laps for Flight A, and then Flight A will qualify 2 cars at a time, 2 laps. We take the quickest lap. Vert 4 in each of the heats.
First few cars on the Speedway from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Weikert Livestock Speedway cars, Big Cove, Whitetail Trophy Hunts, York Excavating, Gary Kaufman Racing. 48, that's Double D, Danny Dietrich. Heading down the backstretch, finishing the second last night at Waynesfield. From Findlay, Ohio, the Rodada Trucking, Triple X, Stinger Race Fuels, BK Trucking, that is Bryce Lucius. Another podium finisher last night from Bradner, Ohio, in the Fauzi Farms, Industrial Movers, S&S Hauling, BRF Specialties, Barrier Fabrication 1, Nate Dussel. From Helena, Ohio, in the Gary Holland, pit stop of Tiffin, Seamless Gutters, Story Equipment 35, Storp Brubaker. From Indianapolis, Indiana, in the Northwest Ohio, Towing and Recovery, Sugar Street Bar and Grill, Schaefer's Oil 97, Zach Hampton. From Medina, Ohio, in the Chuck's Custom Truck and Trailer, Ames Oil, Albright Security Center, Design Engineering with 8T of Tanner Tecco. The green flag out in your final group of hot laps for Flight A of My Race Pass Hot Laps. Nate Dussel goes to 4th quick, 12.757. Dietrich up to 9th, quickest 12.861. So checkered flag will wave here in your final group of hot laps for Flight A of My Race Pass hot laps. Nate Dussel goes quickest in the final group, but Caleb Henry quickest overall. And you know, Brian, Danny Dietrich, no podiums to this point on the Ohio Speedweek campaign, but yet he comes in tonight first in points.
Well, yeah, consistent. Every time in the feature, he's moved forward, and he's finished. There's the key word. He's finished in the feature. No DNFs. So, and Ryan Newton, again, second overall in that hot lap session. Been fast all week. Just get involved in accidents, some just mechanical issues. Ryan's probably, these last 2 shows, he feels like Speedweek owes him something. I got to believe that.
Yeah, you look at it, battling with Cap Henry for the race lead at ASCoC before the 2 collect each other. Sharon, he's leading the race before he gets into the wall. And I saw pictures of that car, Brian. They had to take almost that whole car apart just to get it in the trailer. But just like that, we are ready for Capital Renegade qualifying first. 2 cars to hit the Speedway. From Sacramento, California, Triple J Towing, Berkshire Financial, All-Star Performance, Valvoline, FK Roddens, Behrman Racing, Shocks 101. That is Caleb Henry. And from Adelaide, Australia, in the Kaiser Wheels, Slade Shocks, GW Racing, All-Star Supply Company, 5AU, Brock Hallett. Brock Hallett, Caleb Henry. First 2 cars to hit the Speedway.
Caleb Henry with a win here this season. Brock Hallett does have a victory here at the Fremont Speedway on his resume.
Caleb Henry goes 12.520 in his opening time lap. Brock Hallett 12.688. Second time for Henry, quicker 12.421. Second time around for Brock Hallett. He'll improve to 12.636.
Next 2 qualifiers, the 44 of Aiden Price out of Davidson, North Carolina, the 16-year-old driver, Level Utilities, Kaiser Sound, Kelly Go Limousine Limousine Services, number 44. And the Steel City Outlaw, the National Sprint Car Hall of Famer, in car number 45 out of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. It's Tim Schaefer, the 58-year-old driver, who has a birthday coming up next week in the CEI Crane and Rigging, Baker's Mobile Home Transportation, Starrett Services, TR Crane and Towing, Ron Jacobs Trucking, Premier Pallet. Number 45 for the 4-time All-Star champion, multi-time Ohio Sprint Speed Week champion. So Tim Schaefer goes quickest so far. His quickest lap at 12:5:45. And Aiden Price, his quickest lap at 12:7:10. So Caleb Henry, Tim Schaefer, Ryan Newton, Brock Hallett, Aiden Price.
Next two to hit the Speedway. From Bluffton, Ohio, the Control Design Solution, Tire Slick Banshee Graphics 5T, that's Travis Philo. And from Lemoore, California, the Burmeister Trophy, Sunday Signs, NAPA, Bryan, Ohio, Kistler Engines, that is 16 of Gage Garcia. Gage Garcia getting the car fixed, and he'll go 13.111. Opening time for Travis Philo, he'll go 13.11. Gage Garcia, second time slower, 13.327. Second time around for Travis Philo, he'll go 12.970. So Philo goes fifth quick, Gage Garcia sixth quick.
Next two qualifiers, 11N of Darren Knight out of Adrian, Michigan. In the Cherries Propane, Cherries Outdoor World, L&M Properties, Poor Racing, Level Utilities, Heitmeyer Concrete, Nagy Coating, Southgate Lanes, number 11N. He had Newmeister Racing entry. And the number 71 out of McLaren Vale, South Australia, that is Scott Maguski in the Indy Race Parts Wood Racing Engine Chalk Sticks. Number So Caleb Henry, Tim Schaefer, Darren Knight now third quick. Darren Knight goes quicker on his best lap at 12:5:83. That's good for third quick. Scott Maguski is sixth quick.
From Grafton, Ohio, the Oxford Harriman, New Era Surfacing, John Wright's Custom Chrome Plating, Grebbers Racing 3B, that is Chris Verda. And from Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia, New Trent Holmes, Napa, Rudis Hill Trucking 66 of Ryan Newton. Ryan Newton, Chris Verda, both on the Speedway. Ryan Newton, again, has been fast all week, but just heartbreak after heartbreak for that 66 crew. Opening time for Verda, he'll go 13.334. Opening time lap for Ryan Newton, sixth quick, 12.844. Second time for Verda, he'll go quicker, 13.217. Second time around for Newton, he'll go 12.843, but still sixth quick for Ryan Newton.
Next two qualifiers, a 98 of Kai Harper out of Delta, Ohio, the 35-year-old driver of GW Fine Foods, Steiny's Tavern, Dave and Betty Hoover Farms, Coon Sales and Service, Warlock Enterprises, Harper Enterprises, Hessen Sun Mowing, Morlock Home Maintenance, Scoop and Becky, 112 Machine Works, Bobby's Truck and Bus Repair, DJ Chillwell, and Tom and Lois Childers sponsored 98. And Brandon Moore in the number 7M. Out of Clyde, Ohio, the 30-year-old driver of the Daniel Performance Diesel, Clyde VFW, Real Custom Fabrication, CK Mechanical, Limousine Services, Peeler Trucking, Dar Storm and Sewer Experts, Reliable Spray Foam, Jenna Blevins, Berman Racing Shocks, number 7M. Kai Harper's quickest lap in the 98 at a 12:9:54. And the 7M. Brandon Moore, his quickest lap at 13:034.
Next two cars at the Speedway. Medina, Ohio, and the Chuck's Custom Truck and Trailer, Ames Oil, Albright Security Center, Design Engineering Station, House Antiques, Hickory Ride Wells, 8T, that's Tanner Tecco. And from Allenton, Michigan, the Crest, Lincoln, Ron Carquest Armada, Catch Fenced 5E, Bobby Elliott. Tanner Tecco goes 13.349. Good time for Elliott, he'll go 13.077, 11th quick for Bobby Elliott. Second time for Tecco, he'll go slower, 13.620. Second time for Bobby Elliott, he'll go slower, 13.354.
Handful of cars yet to qualify in Flight A. The next two will be the one of Nate Dussel coming off a third-place run last night at Waynesfield out of Bradner, Ohio. The Fawsey Farms, Industrial Movers, S&S Hauling, VRF Specialties, Barrier Fabrication, Gary Holland Trucking, A-Plus Auto Center, One Delease Carpet Care, Heitmeyer Concrete, Kistler Engine, Speedway's Bar and Grill for the 2020 Fremont 410 track champion. Coming off a big 360 win at Limaland a week ago as well. The 97 is Zach Hampton out of Indianapolis, Indiana. The 28-year-old Drive the Ceiling, Motorsports, Northwest Ohio Towing and Recovery, Sugar Street Bar and Grill, number 97. Opening lap for Nate Dussel, good for 10th quick. Zach Hampton, 14th quick. Nate Dussel up to 8th quick at a 12.949. Zach Hampton stays at 14th quick at a 13.136, his best lap.
From Helena, Ohio, the Gary Holland Pit Stop of Tiffin, Seamless Gutters, Story Equipment 35, that's Stuart Brubaker. And from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Weichert Livestock, SpeedwayCars.com, Big Cove Whitetail Trophy Hunts, North Excavating, Gary Kaufman Racing 48, that's Double D, Danny Dietrich. Danny Dietrich coming in tonight as your new points leader for Ohio Speed Week. Looking to go back-to-back Ohio Speed Week champion. First time for Stuart Brubaker, 13.412. Opening time for Danny Dietrich, he'll go to 12th quick, 13.034. Stuart Brubaker on his second time, jumps to 13th quick, 13.065. Dietrich on his second time will go slower, 13.086.
Final qualifier in Flight A. Finished second last night at Waynesfield out of Findlay, Ohio. Nat Hefner Racing, Rodata Trucking and Excavating, Triple X Chassis, Stinger Race Fuels, BK Trucking number 27H. This is Bryce Lucius, former 410 National Rookie of the Year. Opening lap good for 7th quick for Bryce Lucius. Last car in Flight A. (12.912) for Bryce Lucius. So your quick qualifier in Flight A, Caleb Henry. Tim Schaefer 2nd, Darren Knight 3rd, Brock Hallett 4th, Aiden Price 5th, Ryan Newton 6th, Bryce Lucius 7th, Scott Boguski 8th, Nate Dussel 9th, and Kai Harper, your top 10 in speeds in Flight A.
Brian, I overheard the Grove Racing crew talk to Tim Schaefer about coming into tonight, and they told Tim, you got to be up on the wheel from the get-go if you want to win, and that crew is hungry for a win. And what greater way to do it than a little blast from the past? Tim Schaefer, Grove Racing, Ohio Speed Week. It just sounds like something we've heard a time or two.
The only thing we need is Dale Blaney here for Speed Week show. And then you got the Blaney and Schaefer show like it was in the early 2000s with the All-Star Circuit of Champions.
Greatest feeling was sharing on Saturday night. Dale Blaney, Greg Wilson, and Tim Schaefer all racing. I said, all we needed was Chad Kemenol in the pit, and he was in the pit area. I go, if he would have suited up, we could have had a real throwback race.
First flight of hot laps for Flight B. Craig Mintz picked up the win at Attica to open Speed Week. A 4-time Fremont champion, that 09 out of Gibsonburg, Ohio. Engine change overnight. And Earl Geese, Decoys, Gill Construction, Grant Decker Construction, Bettsville American Legion, KS Sales and Service, Linder Speed Equipment, number 09. Mike Keegan in the X car out of Fremont, Ohio. The 25-year-old Driver Level Utilities, John Wright's Custom Chrome Plating, Fremont Fence, Liberty Tax, Maxilon, Seagate Sandblasting, Kistler Racing Products, Linder Speed Equipment, Handy Graphics, Marissa Heilman Advanced Cosmetology, X Machine. Down the backstretch in car number 47, following the All-Stars this year, out of Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin. That is Todd King in the BMRE Electric Carts, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Wisconsin Hot Cheese number 47. In the 28N, Out of Worcester, Ohio, Trey Jacobs. In the Nagy's Performance Racing Products, Finley Pallet, Interstate Truck Repair, TNT Firearms, Nagy Equipment Sales, Miller Customs, Kilgore and Herring, Accountants, Banshee Graphics, Gardner Trucking, Details Auto Spa, Gressman Power Sports, Vabizo, Smithville Manufacturing, Holmes Cheese Company, Burgett Insurance, Heitmeyer Concrete, X1 Race Cars, number 28N. Jerry Doms in the number 75 out of Fremont, Ohio, in the Kistler Racing Products, Level Performance Engines, Tony Elliott Foundation, number 75. The AU55 in turns 3 and 4 out of Mount Gambier, South Australia. That is Parker Scott. In the Auto Care of Mount Gambier, Cullum Morrison Construction, Prestige Track Sales, Quick Mix Concrete, AU55. The 49X, he's got to win here this year. Out of Fairland, Indiana, that is Cale Thomas. And the Brunswick Excavating, AL Drivelines, Centerline Boring, Smith Titanium, number 49X. Craig Mintz, quick time so far in hot lap session number 1 of Flight B at a 12:09.56, followed by Cale Thomas, Trey Jacobs, Parker Scott, Mike Keegan, your top 5.
Craig Kavanaugh in the Ohio Logistics Truck Works of Ohio, Kaiser Liquid Wheels, North Baltimore Custom Cuts entry. Green flag will wave here on group number 2 of Hot Lap for Flight B. Boschel goes to second quick, 13.178. Cap Henry fifth quick, 13.273. DJ Foose, top of this flight, 13.035. So DJ Foose, Cap Henry now 12.891 on his final tap. He'll go to the top. So Cap Henry, 12.891. Craig Mintz, DJ Foose, Zess Sabo, and Gavin Boschel, your top 5 so far here in Hot Laps.
Final group of Hot Laps for Flight B, the 38 of Leighton Wagner out of Enum Valley, Pennsylvania, the 20-year-old driver of the Shell House Landscaping, Karski Security, Bobby Clark Racing, Watkins Turf Care, McFarland Lumber, Chaluk's Bar and Grill, Steno Construction, ShopAngryDuck.com, number 38. Ricky Peterson, who's got a win at the Skyline Speedway this season in car number 98 out of Rawson, Ohio, the 29-year-old driver, the Golden Flavor Sesame Sticks, Berryman Racing Shocks, Callie's Performance Products, number 98. Chris Andrews coming off a big win last night at Waynesfield in that 15C out of Sandusky, Ohio. The 38-year-old driver of the Ohio Truck Sales Fleet Financial, Real American Beer, Whiteford, Kenworth, Berryman Racing Shocks, number 15C. Logan McCandless out of Mercer, Pennsylvania, in car number 29. The 23-year-old driver of the McCandless Ford Priest Enterprises, McCandless Trailer Sales, number 29. He's got to win at the Mercer Raceway Park this season. Jordan Ryan, the 25R. Out of Bellevue, Ohio, the 29-year-old driver of the Ernst Tire Recycling, Joyride Transportation, Premier Undercoating, Burns Electric, Carry Deal at Sluss Realty, number 25R. And TJ Michael out of Plano, Texas, in car number 19. The 28-year-old driver of the Vance Castone Fremont Fence, Crown Battery, Shingle Monkey Roofing, High Speed Low Drag Racers Realm, number 19. And this is the last hot lap session for Flight B. And they come out 2 laps, 2 cars at a time for their qualifying effort to set up heat races 3 and 4. Clayton Wagner coasting to a stop in turns 3 and 4. So after the hot laps, Cap Henry quickest, Craig Mintz second, DJ Foose third. Zeth Sable fourth, Gavin Boschel fifth, Cale Thomas sixth, Trey Jacobs seventh, Zane Duvall eighth, Creed coming on ninth, and TJ Michael, your top 10 in speeds. Qualifying next up.
Opening time lap for Mintz. He'll go 13.077 on the opening time lap. Second time around for Mintz. He'll go slower, 13.590.
Hopefully nothing serious on the 47 car. Todd, kind of a low buck race team, doesn't have a whole lot of help with him on the car, but he's going to follow the All-Stars this year, and that's, I'd love to hear that and see that. Your next 2 qualifiers hitting the Speedway. The AU55 of Parker Scott on Mount Gambier, South Australia, and the Auto Care Mount Gambier. Cullen Morrison Construction Prestige Track Sales Quick Mix Concrete. AU55, and he's got a win here, won at Attica this year. In the 49X out of Fairland, Indiana, that is Cale Thomas, the 28-year-old driver of the Rudzik Excavating, AL Driveline, Centerline Boring, Smith Titanium. They changed an engine at Waynesfield last night, and he stormed through the field for a good finish in that 49X as they look big picture for an All-Star Circuit of Champions title. The team won it last year. Cale wants that driver's title in 2026. Cale Thomas will go second quick at a 13.235. And Parker Scott third quick at a 13.483.
From Fremont, Ohio, in the Louisville Utilities, John Wright's Custom Grill, Max Salon, Second Sandblasting. Fremont Fence Company, Liberty Tax, Kistler Racing Products X, that is Mike Keegan. And also from Fremont, Ohio, the Kistler Racing Products Level Performance Engine 75, Jerry Doms. Jerry Doms and Mike Keegan next 2 to hit the Speedway for their opening time lap. That's first time for the X of Mike Keegan. He'll go a third quick, 13.256. Jerry Doms had a turn number 4, will take his opening time. Doms will go 14.147. Mike Keegan on his second time will go slower, 13.598. Second time for Doms, he'll go slower, 14.368.
Next two qualifiers, 28N of Trey Jacobs out of Worcester, Ohio, the 34-year-old driver of the Aggies Performance Racing Products, Findlay Pallet, Interstate Truck Repair, TNT Firearms, Nagy Equipment Sales, Miller Customs, Kilgore and Herring Accountants, Banshee Graphics, Gardner Trucking, Details Auto Spa, Grassman Power Sports by Bizo, Smithville Manufacturing, Holmes Cheese Company, Burgett Insurance, Heitmeyer Concrete, X1 Race Cars, number 28N. And G-Money, Gavin Boschel, into number 5 out of Mooresville, North Carolina. The 18-year-old driver of the Toyota Racing, Rockstar Energy, Victory, KC.com, All-Pro Auto Reconditioning, DFR Discount Tire, Triple X Chassis Flow Racing, sponsored number 5. Trey Jacobs go 5th quick at a 13.687, his quickest lap. And Gavin Boschel will be 4th quick at a 13.418 on his second lap, his quickest lap. So Craig Mintz, Cale Thomas, Mike Keegan, Gavin Boschel, Parker Scott, your top 5 so far in qualifying. Cap Henry with a pair of wins at Attica Raceway Park and a win at Mansfield in 2026.
So now Cap Henry, quick time here in Flight B.
Next two qualifiers, 20B of Cody Bova out of Struthers, Ohio, the 32-year-old driver of the JS Bova Excavating Southeastern Equipment SP Tech Pro Quality Demo, Sunny Kebabs Sub Shop number 20B. And the 15K of Creek Kemanaugh out of Elveda, Ohio. The 19-year-old driver of the Ohio Logistic Truck Works of Ohio, Diesel Works, Kaiser Wheels, North Baltimore Custom Cup Meats, number 15K. Cody Bova go 10th quick. His quickest lap is second at the 13.724. Creek Kemanaugh up to 5th quick. His second lap quicker to 13.405.
Grill. Tony Elliott Foundation Handicraft Premier Lubricants 14. That's Zane DeVault. And from Fremont, Ohio, the CGS Commercial Glazing, Level Utilities, Level Performance, Crown Battery, Josh Cromer, Seamless Gutters 3, DJ Foose. Zane DeVault will win this year with the Great Lakes Super Sprints. They started the season as their points leader before the All-Stars got underway. Zane DeVault's opening time, he'll go 4th quick, 13.239. DJ Foose on his opening time, 13.751. Second time around for Zane DeVault, he'll go slower, 13.280. Second time for DJ Foose, 13.742. He goes 12th quick, Zane DeVault up to 4th quick.
Next two qualifiers in the 38 out of Enum Valley, Pennsylvania, Leighton Wagner, Nichelle Haas Landscaping, Construction, Karski Security, Bobby Clark Racing, Watkins Turf Care, McFarland Lumber, Chaluk's Bar and Grill, Steno Construction, ShopAngryDuck.com, number 38. And the 98 of Ricky Peterson out of Rawson, Ohio, the 29-year-old driver of the Golden Flavor Sesame Sticks, Perryman Racing Shocks, Callie's Performance Products. Make that Chris Andrews next up, last night's feature winner out of Sandusky, Ohio, in the 15C. The 38-year-old driver of the Real American Beer, Fleet Financial, Ohio Truck Sales, Whiteford, Kenworth, Berryman Racing Shocks, number 15C. Chris Andrews' first lap will be 10th quick. Ricky Peterson to go 14th quick. His second lap is quickest at a 13:7:52. Chris Andrews stayed 10th quick at a 13:5:19. So problems for Leighton Wagner as he did pull off in his hot lap session.
From Mercer, Pennsylvania, the McCandless Ford at Mercer Meadville, McCandless Trailer Sales, 3 Enterprises, High Performance Lubricants 29, Logan McCandless. And from Castello, Ohio, Ernst Tire Recycling, Joyride Transportation, Career Planning Services, 25R, Jordan Ryan. Jordan Ryan in the 25R, Logan McCandless in his rookie campaign with the All-Star Circuit of Champions for that Maxim Racing Rookie of the Year. Opening time for McCandless, he'll go 6th quick, 13.375. Jordan Ryan 9th quick, 13.450. Logan McCandless a winner at Michaels Mercer Raceway this season. A second time for McCandless. He'll go slower, 13.521. Jordan Ryan, 3rd quick, 13.121. So Jordan Ryan jumps up to 3rd quick.
Final qualifier for Flight B. From Plano, Texas, he's the current Attica Fremont Championship Series point leader. That is TJ Michael, the 28-year-old driver of the Vance Castone Fremont Fence, Crown Battery, Shingle Monkey Roofing, High-Speed Low Drag, Racers Realm. Former All-Star Rookie of the Year. TJ Michaels opening lap good for 12th quick. And he will stay at 12th quick. I believe that is the end of qualifying. So Cap Henry quickest in Flight B. Craig Mintz second. Jordan Ryan third. Cale Thomas fourth. Zane DeBalt fifth. Mike Keegan sixth. Logan McCandless seventh. Creed Kemanaugh eighth. Gavin Boschel ninth. And Seth Sable your top 10 in qualifying in Flight B.